Hey, Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS. You're about to watch a reaction to an old Ant-Man trailer. When I'm recording it, I thought it was the new Ant-Man trailer that everybody was talking about, but as I was editing that and listening to some other people's thoughts on it, I quickly realized I watched the wrong one. The one I watched was from like 3 or 4 months ago, and somehow, despite me being a big Ant-Man fan, who's more excited than Ant-Man than probably a lot of people, um, I missed it. That's bad marketing on Marvel's part because I feel like there was no press around this from anybody. Um, I mean, the trailer's out there, but somehow me going on to Disney Plus, that like it didn't seem to catch buzz. So they probably released it when something else was happening. I don't know. So this is that reaction. You will see drop later today the reaction to the actual current trailer. So I kind of wanted to do these, just go ahead and release my reaction back to back. Hey, Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with another reaction. This time we're reacting to um, the new Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. I actually missed the last trailer and then I watched it, didn't do a reaction to it, but I'm a big Ant-Man fan. I really like what they did. At first, I was one of those people that when I heard they were going with a Scott Lang instead of Pym as Ant-Man, I was like, oh, Scott Lang is the dumb Ant-Man. He's the boring. I like the nerdy scientist Ant-Man who's like a pacifist, but he has these powers and he can't sit by and not do something, but he's constantly like trying not to be a superhero. He wants to use science to solve the world's problems, and that leads him to create Ultron, and that is ultimately the sin he has to pay for. Like, that storyline I love. But Paul Rudd, like, he just nailed it with the movies, and so I've loved both of them. I liked Ant-Man a little bit better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, but they're almost neck and neck with me. Um, and so this is definitely, but I know a lot of people like didn't care for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I really don't get why. But anyways, I am excited for this. I also think that Kang is supposed to be in this, and Kang is an excellent villain because, like, all these people who are coming into Marvel from the MCU seem to think that Thanos is like the big bad of the Marvel Universe. And he is a big bad, but he's nowhere near as big and dramatic and as important of a player as they put him in the movies. Like, he's actually, when you think of like threats like Galactus, and you think of threats like Kang the Conqueror, like that's such a bigger threat than Thanos, who in the movies they make him just want to kill half the universe, but in the comics he just has a thirst to kill everybody can to please his mistress Death, who he's in love with. So different motivations there, different kind of philosophies and all that. He's more pure evil in the comics, but he's also more of a joke. So I think, which I think he's almost a parody of Darkseid uh, in mind, but Kang is a much more serious, and he's a good, but he's a big Iron Man villain. He's a big Fantastic Four villain, um, both because they're geniuses, and an Ant-Man villain because, once again, he's another one of the geniuses of the Marvel Universe. And here, Kang is from the future, so it's taking the smart guys going up against the guy who is, you know, hundreds of years ahead of them in technology. Um, but, you know, how they stack up and how they face them. So I'm excited for that. Let's get into this.
I used to ask
Goodbye,
myself a lot of
Yellowbrook Road.
questions. Scott, you're at ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
People still need help, Dad.
Spider-Man.
That's why we made this. It's like a satellite for deep space, but quanta. Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now!
She knows she was there. I like that his daughter's older now. So they get sucked in to the quantum realm, but they weren't wearing suits. Oh, that worked out.
Where?
Now he's wearing a suit. That's a little weird, but that looks cool. Nice music cues. Wait a second, who was that? Was that
It's a
Nikki?
secret universe beneath ours. What are you so afraid of?
Wasp and
There's something I never told you.
She's got a
This
secret.
place,
Ken, yes.
it isn't what you think. I can get you home
Oh, hold on.
and give you more time
Oh, this is hype.
if you help me. So, what's it gonna be? Antman.
Is that the same actor who played King before? That looked like a younger actor. I'm a little confused by that. Okay. Graphically, that looked amazing. I am super hyped for that one. That one looked really, really, really good. So I am super happy for that. That is, oh man, I'm looking forward to it. I am just. There were some things that I didn't quite understand. The Kang, we just saw. I don't know. He just looked different from when he was in Loki. But you know that could be makeup and all that. You know, he's either the exact same guy, and I'm gonna look stupid, or he's not the exact same guy. He's a completely different actor, and I'm also gonna look stupid just for the fact that I'm questioning it. But yeah, but Kang is cool. Kang is cool, and you know the quantum realm, as we saw in Endgame, you know, led them to time travel. Kang is from the future, so him being in like a pocket dimension in the quantum realm, like maybe that's from where he's time traveling from. Maybe that's where the TVA was in the quantum realm. All of that, just super excited, pumped. I know a lot of people didn't like Loki. They didn't like Loki because they didn't like all the Lady Loki stuff. I like Tom Hiddleston. Like, the thing about Loki is he's the villain you like seeing get punched in the face. So I didn't feel like it was a horrible thing to watch a season where he gets dunked on, and he gets dunked on by alternate selves, and he gets everything's going on and all that, because that's what you want to see when you see Loki. You want to see him get dunked on. That's the whole point of his character, is, you know, he's Thor's whiny brother who always gets dunked on and is spiteful for it, and is always coming up with grand plots, and then they fall flat on his face like Wile E. Coyote, almost laughably bad. But so a lot of people are like just completely checked out of the whole Kang thing. Now, the stuff with Kang, the stuff with Secret Wars, the stuff that are going to be the next Avenger movies, that's what I think is going to pull people back in. Right now, they're slowly building up some new heroes to add to the roster as we've had a bunch leave the roles. Now, not. And we've had a lot of, in the comics, a lot of the characters have sidekicks who are female. There also a lot of them have sidekicks who are male. But we're seeing a lot of those sidekicks fill in those roles, and so I know a lot of people are upset, like, oh, you know, you got this female here, this female there, this female there, and they feel like the Avengers is going to be nothing but a female team. But I also think like Ant-Man is still around, and he's still doing things. I don't think this is going to be his last appearance, but I also think like you're going to have the Fantastic Four showing up and being major players in that. That's adding 3 guys and 1 girl. So, you know, you have these male characters are coming in. They're just not coming, you know, right now we're seeing a lot of these female characters. Obviously, you know, with real world stuff going on, Hawkeye is probably never going to be back. But, you know, you know, Kate Bishop, I am all for her taking on the mantle, especially given real world things. I really loved her in the Hawkeye show. Would I have liked another season of that or a movie with her being under him? Yes, I would have liked more, but it was enough, and you can leave a time gap in there to say that she got even more training from him. But it's enough that I could see her filling the role, and he's already kind of like, he's an Avenger, yes, but he's tired, he's done, he needs to be home with his family, and that's natural. He doesn't have superpowers. You age out of that at some point if you don't have superpowers. But this has got me excited. Like, this looks amazing. This looks super sci-fi, lots of aliens, different things. I am hyped. This is going to be my, like, Marvel movie. It's probably going to be in my top 5. Like, I know I haven't seen the plot. I haven't seen, like, there could be stuff that just make me furious with it. But I am much more hyped about this than I was for Thor: Love and Thunder, than I was for Black Panther 2, than I was for Multiverse of Madness. I had a level of hype, but it was not to this level. Because I'm not a big Doctor Strange fan, although he was great in the Infinity War movie. I definitely like WandaVision. I wanted it for Wanda. And I got a lot of Wanda, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I wasn't as hyped going to that as I am for this. This has me hyped. This is going to be... I just see me gushing about this movie while all my friends, probably a bunch of them, hate on it. But I have other friends who are going to gush on it. See, I talk with everybody, and I'm not afraid of opinions. So if you saw this trailer and you thought it was horrible for a bunch of reasons, let me know in the comments below. If you saw it and you loved it, let me know why. I want to talk about it. The MCU is not dead. This looks great, and I am just, yes. I can't wait for this. There's a few things like he wasn't in the uniform. That kind of had me a little, huh? And the whole Kang thing, hopefully, well, no matter what, I have egg on my face for that. But, hey, I'm excited. So, yay.